episode is this?
And we are live. And we are live with Season 9, Episode 3, to answer your question.
There you go. It's Season 3, Episode 9 already? Okay.
Oh, that would be a flashback. Looks like we got Walkabout Games in the house right away. Hey, Chris.
Howdy, hello, neighbor. The great
Yeah, no. It'll be good. I'm hoping that we have a few people because the topics we have tonight would be really helpful to get people's kind of their thoughts on things too, like both of them, to be honest. Anyways.
Yeah, there's the second topic that we had. I was like, man, what is new stuff?
I'm with you on that, so we can talk about that. That might be the topic too, because there's a lot of things. There are some things that are new that I'm not that interested in. But just to mention it, I guess is like our two topics tonight. Is the first one I think we're doing is our top 10 historical or historically related films.
And they don't have to be war movies either.
Yeah, they don't have to be war movies. They don't have to be like they can be movies that are in a period, but of many different kinds, pretty loose, easy going on that. And then the other one is going to be about just new games that you're sort of interested in. I think we did do one last year, maybe like this too, but it changes every year. So,
Yeah, there's new stuff that hits the shelves. And actually, there's some stuff that you'd be surprised, but I was thought that, would be on the topic when we get going on it. It's like, really? Okay.
Yeah, no, I was, I think there are a lot of, and we could talk about it in the topic, but I think because I think we could get into it now. Better not.
Better not. Yeah, we still got to do our update and everything, what we've been up to. So
exactly. And I thought maybe we'd do the movie ones first. It's a bit
that could take an hour or two because we could really go on movies. We could talk about movies.
Well, that's okay. That's a fun one, and I think that we both have lots to say on that too, which is cool. And so, Rusty, what have you been up to, like in the hobby and gaming and etc.?
Well, I did get a BattleTech game in.
Nice.
We've decided to move beyond the Succession Wars with our campaign and moved into the very first of the clan invasion.
Okay.
So we faced off against clans, and the first battle we had was 23,000 battle value.
Oh, that sounds like a lot.
It does sound like a lot, but one side had 2 stars of 10 mechs of clans versus roughly 18 Intersphere mechs, something like that. Boy, if you haven't watched the video, the clans got their butts handed to them.
Oh,
you think that the high-tech stuff would just go, but it didn't work out that way. It's like some bad rolls or some lucky rolls. We'll just tell you, the opening, as soon as the Intersphere got into range with their LRMs, it's like, fight from the shade there type of thing, eh? And the next thing, it's like the one heavy mech that they had on the clan side, like, I'm going to take a nap now.
Well, doesn't always work out the way you expect, I suppose.
It's like head hit, head hit, head hit.
We got Simon in the house, or the one known as New Squalor.
Right. We will be drinking here in a second.
That's right. BattleTech drink, exactly. We're just doing our updates. We're getting to those musty drinks.
Yeah,
but I guess we owe one.
So that was kind of cool. It was the next, it's like we had another light mech. It was like comes running around the corner, and as soon as he's running around with nothing but medium lasers that shoot out to 15. So by the time he got into range, it was like, you do know you're now in medium range for the LRMs. It was like, and he just got blasted. It's like, holy crud. They were. It's like, hey, wait a minute. The Intersphere's not supposed to be able to hit. But we did do a challenge. There was a challenge on the battlefield with a 60-ton Vulture Mad Dog versus a King Crab 100-tonner. And just like, they got into range, and it's like, man, the let's just say the vulture was just kicking the king crab's butt everywhere.
Yeah.
Every turn, it's like, oh, you were in range. Oh, good. I will shoot you now.
Cool.
So yeah, it ended up being a pretty interesting battle. And then
How long did it take you to play it?
5 hours, maybe.
Okay.
It wasn't long. It's like, that's the thing, is that when individuals that know how to play the game really fast, we can play. It's like 23,000 battle value goes quickly. It's like, all right, ready to go, let's go. Throw dice.
Yeah.
And you're talking 30, maybe 40 minutes a turn.
Okay.
And we really, what we do is how to speed the game up is that we use a card system. What really makes games last forever is like, all right, your turn, move it back. And, do you want to move back? No, you want to move it back? I don't know. And then hemming and hawing forever.
Yeah.
Sit trying to figure out, I don't know which one I want to move. Do you want to move? It's like, and if you use a card system, every mech is assigned a card. It's like, oh, you go. Okay.
I don't want to derail you. You bring up a point that made me think of something. And maybe at another point tonight, or somebody can give their opinion on it. But I don't even think I mentioned this to you. Or tell me if I mentioned this to you offline at one point. But I was struggling a little bit with both myself as well as others in Old World. Sometimes just taking too long, just taking too long. Yeah. And I actually am thinking about, like, as long as my opponent agrees, but with many of them, my friends, so it's like understood like why we're doing it, but just experimenting with the chess timer. And actually just literally like having a set time and like trying to stick to it. And then if you take 5 more minutes, then you lose less. Like you just expect it to kind of make it up a little bit, or just at least being aware. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, like, oh, like we want like 15 minutes each, like, or something like that for each round, like, so we can get done in 3 hours, but I've never even considered that before. But I thought, like, this might be the only way I know how to do it and actually move things along. But because I actually think what you said about it's the hemming and the hawing and the talking, I actually think that it's more like wasted time, like that sort of sometimes you're not even thinking about the time, like, that really causes it. It's not the actual gameplay.
You end up adding, I've seen guys play, it's like they can add up to an extra hour for a whole turn. Just sitting there yapping and not thinking about it, because they're not thinking about what to do with their turn until it's like, oh, I got to do something. And it's like, we've gotten to the point where it's like a turn in the game is supposed to last like 10 seconds or something of time, actual, real time,
the actual fighting.
And it's like, we try to get it to like, you got to make your decisions fast. And we speed the game up a lot.
Sure.
Doing that. So it's like we got to the point where it's like you can have conversations and joke with each other while you're doing stuff. It's like, it's like, oh, you're you got to move these 3 mechs, and like, okay, and they're just like yapping, talking, and joking, and it's like they're just moving stuff, and it's like, okay, you done? Yep. All right. And they're like, I want to move this guy, move this guy, this guy. It's like, in some ways, you're not making a lot of big tactical decisions, but it also makes it kind of feel like in real life too, is that sometimes you don't have time to think, you just got to do.
Well, then I think I've had the experience where people, sometimes you're just tired for how long it takes in the end, and it's like it really didn't have to take that long, you know what I mean? And it's just sort of like, oh my god, like, why is it this long, like, and I think that it's like, I hate to sound like so like stereotypical business, but it's like time management skills, right? It's like this is about time management, right? Like, and sometimes you can still have fun, but just having more an awareness of like things, like just having the clock there and knowing it's there, you might look at it and be like, I gotta just do it.
We went over to one time, we're at the game shop up there in Ankeny, and we were playing. It was like Mel, Tim, and I were, and another guy were playing, and had some other guys there. We were playing classic BattleTech, and they were trying to get around to play Alpha Strike. And it's like, oh, we have 5 mechs per side in Alpha Strike. We can't play Classic because it takes too long.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, here, I got, both of us have like 2 companies per side for Classic Battletech. So we're talking 24 mechs,
Right.
Per side. And we're playing, and it's like, oh, that will take forever. That's what you get plan on making us days playing this or what? It's like, we got done in 5 hours playing 2 companies on each other, and they were only on turn 3 of playing Alpha Strike.
Oh, okay.
And they were like,
go.
you guys are done? It's like, yeah, we played the whole game. Like, how do you do that? It's like, we're machines.
Just like our robots, we're machines. So how about the hobbying stuff? What have you been up to? I know
for hobby wise, sort of been for a while there. I've been working on stuff.
Yeah.
I have these goblin
hobgoblins, or
I can't talk. Hobgoblin bolt throwers for Old World.
Nice,
guys.
Awesome.
The nice bright red for hobby.
There you go.
Which they also could be used for my Orc and Goblin army.
Yeah.
Very versatile. Then you got your little leader type here.
Mm-hmm.
So I made 2 of those. So that was one project I finished. I've been working on some classic dwarvies.
Oh, there you go.
So,
you were talking about that.
Yeah. So they're on the table here. Let me see if I can pick up a few.
Sure.
Right now it's like did I share a picture of project or what I was working on?
I think so. Move them more towards your light there. Like you have that little, like even right there, you can see it a little better with the light shining on it. Yeah. Cool.
So I have 30. These are Thunderers. I got 30. Oh, the old plastic Thunderers.
Okay.
These came out of Battle for the Skull Pass or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Whatever is that 6th or 7th edition? I think it was 7th.
I think you might be right.
I think it was 7th because it had the gobbles in it, and you had the dwarves.
Yeah.
So I have some of the I painted a lot of the goblins from that set when I was a year ago when I've painted up all my orcs and goblins. So I have a bunch of those. So there's 30 of these, and then when I'm not working on that, I also I have my 15 mil American Civil War guys.
Civil War. Cool.
So I have 85 stands of those just sitting back here. So like I work on one, then I work on the other. So it's
nice.
So that's pretty much the project I have right now. What else is on around here? I do have. I gotta grab it here in a second.
Oh yeah, it's okay. So how's everybody doing? Here we go.
We'll break out the old school stuff.
We were talking about you for a second there, but
what's that?
I said we were talking about you for a second there. Here you go.
This is the Anvil of Doom, the old school one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is the one that's in the original book. So eventually, and then I have the 2 guards on the front with that. And eventually I want to get around. I think these are giant. One's a giant slayer and one's a demon slayer.
Oh, okay.
No, I've been breaking stuff out slowly out of the box. I have a box of stuff that's just sitting over there of miniatures that I have some quarrelers I got to paint yet. And then have what is the maybe it's in the back of this one. I'll take a look. There's an old box set. Plastics. Oh yeah, here we go.
Pizza's ready.
There we go.
Oh, nice. Oh, let me expand again 1 second here. Yeah, there you go.
See that? I have some of these guys right here. I have to paint up. because they just would sell you, you could buy the plastics. It was at the time, I think $20. You get 10 plastic figures.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a bunch of those guys. I still got to paint up, and they're all, stuff's put together and primed, but eventually you get around to working on it. My goal is to eventually get all my armies painted.
It's like all of our goals.
But actually doing it.
Yeah. You're like, I have a real goal to do it.
Yeah. I have been working on it. It's like have all of I finished all the orcs and goblin miniatures I have. What else I have done? All the undead, they're all finished. What else have I finished? I still have to do my dark elves, my Bretonnians, and Empire.
Nice.
So I do have stuff to finish. So I have a goal.
Cool. Well,
and the drink of the night is
oh yes,
Glenmorangie 12.
Nice.
So a little bit of scotch.
There you go.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
I'll just quickly, maybe I'll mix it up a little bit tonight. Just go through the comments a bit while we're before I do mine. I've just got a few here that are like kind of outside of introductory comments, but Josh is in the house, by the way. Hey, Josh, thanks for joining us tonight. Good to see you. And he says, hey, guys, just like old times with you doing the show together. Yes, This is a little bit of a classic show.
Yes.
We didn't really mention why those guys aren't here. They're doing their own show at the same time somewhere else. Didn't you know that? Just kidding.
We got kicked out of the show.
Yeah. No, they Tim's actually on a hunt right now. He was talking about it at the last show. He's he's in the middle of it right now. And then Dan's actually in the middle of harvest. And so he doesn't always, at this time of the year, he's not always able to make every show for that reason. And so, hopefully they'll both be on the next one.
Yeah, Tim's on an elk hunt. He's been doing his updates. He did one today where he, I think it was Monday, he was out on the mountain and he slipped and fell. And he hurt his knee, so he didn't hunt on Tuesday, and he went out yesterday, and then he was supposed to go out this morning. He posted he was heading out this morning, so maybe he's got lucky. So I don't know. Yeah,
hopefully. So Chris says we use a chess timer for Kings of War, and Simon says chess timer is a good idea. I actually think so. I think it's something that I'm going to look into. I wouldn't use it for every game, but I do think that like for the old world, Warhammer the Old World, that's what I'm going to buy it for. And then I might actually just see how it works and use it for other games too sometimes, particularly like ones that are a bit longer.
Definitely have somebody that likes to hem and haw and take their time in playing.
And I could be me sometimes. In all fairness, like I'm not buying it like because of other people. Like I see it in myself with that game. Like I think I could use something there to just make me pay attention more to like how long it's taking. But I also know when I play with somebody else, it's the same way. Then all of a sudden, forget it. It just takes forever. Simon says I can also smell that book print, referring to your book there, Rusty.
Yeah, the old school
musty smell.
It's like I have to look at it. It cost $19.95 in 1993.
He says the retro book smell is best.
Yes, classics.
And you keep dreaming, Rusty. You can do it as far as getting your armies painted.
It's going to take a while, but yes, it can be done.
So for me, I just put a video up yesterday or the day before. I don't even remember.
I think it was yesterday.
Might have been yesterday. Most of the stuff that I would show, I kind of showed in that video, but I do like these guys have taken me way too long, but I am like on the cusp of pretty much getting to a spot where I'm going to get them done. I've been showing these, but I've got my working goblin cavalry. I am going to paint these old school. I'm going to actually paint the shields And so just like I did for all my Beastmen stuff. And so I'm getting those ready for that. But I've got to paint. I got to actually do the bases and do the boars, and I still have to do some final like washes and highlights like on the orcs. But I'm at that point where I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I've got 10 of them here, and so it takes a little bit of time. But I also was showing 4 of these guys that I assembled that I'm doing for not BattleTech. Sorry, another drink, another Stop a Robot game. Adeptus Titanicus, so some Cerastus Knights. I've got a few of those. I'll be starting to paint this next week, most likely after these. And
I almost broke out my Warlord Titans that I had from Epic. They're only about yay tall.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm actually let me get out of the screen here. How big? Like that tall. The Warlord Titans.
Yeah, they're big.
They're a little bit bigger than these, but you made a good observation there as far as how
much the scale, because the knights in Epic are only about the size of a 28 mil miniature.
Right. So what I'm doing is, even though I've got a lot on the go, I've got a lot on my table, and I've decided, because I really like Rumble Slam. It's a fun game that I play with my friend Dan, different Dan than is on the show, but. This is what they call a star player. And I like a lot of the human kind of teams that have like really corny kind of characters. And I always found this guy with Angel's Wings. I actually always thought he was just really cool looking, like, just funny, cool looking. And his name is Fable. And so I'm going to paint this guy up so I can have him on my, he's going to, I don't know if I'll actually make him like officially part of my Shillelaghs, the Irish team that I have, or whether I'll just make him like an all-star, just like on the card, like yellow, and just use him as an all-star. I'm not so sure yet, because I haven't kitted him out to be Irish, like I did those other guys. But I do find it's fun. And so I've got lots of terrain. I didn't show this on my update, but I actually have like 3D printed stuff for Adeptus Titanicus that I've been doing. And so I have like these like basic, like these are going to be like fuel and like different kinds of fuel and liquid containers that will be in because I have a desert map, but I'm going to basically have these like in the desert, like there's like a depot out there. And I think you're the one that gave me, I don't remember if it was you or my daughter, Rusty, but I think it was my daughter actually I was talking to. But I had some that failed, some failed prints when I first did this. And what I did is I put epoxy sculpt in them, and I'm going to be basically showing like fuel inside them, as if they, were damaged and there's like fuel in them. Because I even have one of these too that failed, and I'm going to use it just as a damaged one. And I basically got the fuel in there.
I said that any failed prints make great terrain.
Well, you did. You've always said that. That's true. Yeah. That's true. I was actually going to throw these out. And my daughter, who's in college up north right now, but was here during the summer when I was talking to her about it, she said the same thing you said. She's like, why don't you just, use them for something like, or whatever. And I'm like, you're right. The thing is that sometimes I'm so disappointed when a print fails that all I want to do is throw it out. Yeah. And I don't, but then like when I calm down about it in my head, like when I think about it and I've just gotten over the fact that I don't have what I wanted, I do something with it, right? And fix it. Kind of like that building I was showing you earlier today, which I don't have that to show here because I have it over there. But yeah, I have a Dark Age building where I use epoxy sculpt to even out areas where it bowed on the printer. To make it so I could still use and looks fine.
Yeah, that's something I got to do is put a new FEP into screen into my that. So
the other thing, so for gaming, I've got a Saga game tomorrow, or excuse me, I think I have a Saga game tomorrow. My friend said he had to find it. Like he still had to find his miniatures because we haven't played in so long. So we're either going to do that or maybe Rumble Slam. I'm not sure, but I've got that game. So that's what I've got going on there. As far as the drink goes, I have Southern Aspect is what it's called. It's West Coast IPA by Bandit Peak Brewing here in Calgary. So it's a local beer. I've got some paper towel here because the last time I opened up one of these, it kind of exploded a bit on me. And I'm just worried that it's going to happen.
Well, you're not supposed to talk while you're.
Yeah. Exactly. And so there's nothing worse than wasting beer. You go out and buy like a premium beer, like, you know, like an expensive beer, and then all of a sudden you lose half of it. You know what I mean? Because the thing like explodes. It pisses me off. Oh, there it goes. I caught it. It started. It tried.
Yeah, that's something in the manufacturing process. I think if it's still probably trying to ferment in the can.
Yeah.
So it didn't get the fermentation process completely done, so it still had some sugars trying to go for it.
Well, I lost about a half a teaspoon. You know, I would say just through the droplets it tried to, but I didn't lose a lot, which is good.
Yeah.
And it's also
you got a nice foam on it.
Yeah, exactly. I got to let that settle down. But I do like this beer. It is good. It's been nice. I like an IPA. It's good.
So how many IBUs does it have?
It's also, well, the percentage is 7.1%. And it's also, it's got all your information, Rusty. It's got it right here, actually. But it's 473 ml. So this is a tall can.
Yeah.
And it's 7.1%. So this is actually kicking a lot. Like it's punching heavy. But it's 70 IBU.
Okay.
So that's what I don't know how that is.
It's not your bittering units.
Yeah. But I don't know like where that falls. I don't think it's at the upper.
Your typical, let's say a Budweiser runs around a 10, 15, really low.
Yeah, well, this is because it's an IPA. It's got to run higher.
It's going to have more of the hops in it. So
I've had some that were really, really hoppy, like, you know, crazy. I don't, you know, in all fairness, it's sort of like hot sauce. I don't go for the extremes mostly. I actually like a bitter hoppy beer, but I'm not looking to get like the hoppiest of the hoppy beers, you know, just like I don't really like the hottest of the hot spicy stuff. Like I want to taste the food still, you know. Anyways,
you get the newest, well, they had the trend going for a while. I haven't seen them in a while. It's they do a lot of different hops in them, dry hopping them and everything. So it's not really high in, you know, they're running around 60 to 90 IBUs, but
right.
The heck do they call those things now? But it just almost like you're drinking an orange juice type for the flavor.
Yeah. Well, I'll get caught up on the battle text here. So for the previous battle text till now.
Yeah.
So I'll let you go first, Russ. So we have for those guys, I'll repeat again, like the topics of the night. The first one is top historical movies. They don't have to be about war. They don't have to be documentaries. They can be like stories, but just period pieces, making it easy. What are your sort of top 10? This for me has been a fun topic. I don't know that these are for sure my top 10 are the ones I sort of thought of. And one thing I would just say is that like, I really like film. And so in a lot of ways, for some people, historical things are like, how accurate are you going to be? And that's how good it is. You know, of course, if like you misrepresent, people can get kind of upset about that. But for me, like these are also about like just films that I like that happen to be in a period piece. And they're not necessarily like a history person's history movie, if that makes sense, you know? And so like, it's really what you want it to be in the topic. It's just something for fun. And then the other topic we have after is just about new games coming up. And I think for both of these, I'm interested what people say in the comments, but in particular, like we were saying earlier, because of like, we're not even sure of all the new games that are coming out. Maybe that would be interesting to see what people are saying, you know, about them. Do you want to go first with your number 10, Rusty?
Well, okay. Number 10, where is it on the list here? Because here's my list. I just kept writing down movies and stuff as they popped into my head, and then I had to go.
Oh, you haven't ranked them?
Then I ranked them.
Okay, good.
It's like, where is number 10?
Rusty, you didn't do your homework.
Oh, I did my homework. Oh, it's like I can't even read my handwriting. I found number 20. There's number 11.
I have one honorable mention.
Here it is. Okay, found it. It was right next to number 16.
Okay.
17. All right, Gladiator.
All right.
Yeah, so it's like I went seen it in the theater, and it's like I really like this movie, and I went back and watched it again, and went back to the theater and watched it again. It's like because I just enjoyed it. There's something about it's like used to play. I had a large 15 mil Roman army at one time, and we used to do a lot of the ancient style games and stuff at the club, aka the Mid Iowa Wargamers.
Yep.
MIA, which is now MIA. But yeah, it's like watched the movie quite a few times. As every once in a while, it's like if I see it someplace, like, hey, it's on HBO, I'll go watch it. I probably watch at least once a year just for the sake of. We did watch it before. Went and seen Gladiator 2 when it came out in the theater. So we went and watched.
Denzel Washington, right? Was in that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the bad guy.
Okay.
So went in and watched it. And he had Russell Crowe. Obviously, he did a good job when he was actually young and thin.
That's probably one of his peak movies, I would say.
Oh yeah, he did a heck of a job. He's a good actor. Still, he's not doing the really heavy movie pieces. I think he's kind of like doing the same thing as what's his name? That was in The Rock. I'm drawing a blank over.
That's okay. I'm bad with actors' names, and that's horrible with actors' names. Even though I like film, I'm bad.
It's like
sometimes,
unless I see it written down, I'm just like I can't remember your name.
So like Thor: Love and Thunder. You don't think that was one of his best performances?
Which one?
Thor: Love and Thunder. Thor. Love and Thunder. Oh. Great Zeus.
It had me rolling in that one. It was not the way he came across in that one. It was like laughing. Oh, he did a heck of a job in that one. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
but he has a good range of ability to improvise and act. I really enjoy his acting chops. But in that movie, it's like when the starting when you had the opening battle with the Germans versus the Romans.
Yeah.
In the forests, and it's like, oh, that immediately is like, ooh, I like this.
Yeah. No, that was a really good movie, and I hadn't even thought of that one, and that's kind of where I knew with my top 10 list. Like, I really liked that movie, and I could have put that one on my list too. Like, that was a great movie, excellent pick.
So. Yes. So there's number 10. That's a really good movie.
I have I actually, like we used to, I don't own every movie that I've put on my list today, and the ones that are furthest down are the ones that are more likely that I don't have a box to show. And my first one, it's funny. I actually have this fascination. I don't know if I've talked about it on here with pop culture between 1978 and 1982, but especially like 79 to 81. There's like a focus that gets towards like 1980 in the middle, where I just really love music and movies from that time period. And because of that, a lot of times, like a lot of the movies that I like across genres, like fall within those years. Like it's not like I can pick like a horror movie. I can pick, like, doesn't matter. I can go right to that time. We could be talking like American Werewolf in London. If we're talking fantasy, we're talking either Dragon Slayer or Excalibur, or Conan the Barbarian. Like all of my movies that I like are like during that time.
Right in that period.
So there's a couple movies that I don't own. Like this one I don't own, but I seem to remember it, and I just remember like watching it once or twice when I was younger and really liking it. And it's called Gallipoli, you know.
Oh yeah, it's got Mel Gibson in it.
With Mel Gibson.
Yep.
I'm not an expert on the film because I watched it years ago, but I just like the story. It's like, you know, with the two friends that were competitive with each other, they were like runners, and like there's a war aspect of the movie, but there's also like a coming of age aspect of the movie too. And and it's just different, right? Like, you know, it's just set in a very different setting. And so that's one that I actually want to purchase and put in my collection. And so I put it at the last. It's one that I'm probably the least familiar with on the list, even though I liked it and I just wanted to put it there as an historical movie that I thought was really cool. And I remember really liking. And it's from 1981. And that's part of the reason why I really like it. It's because, not because it's the number, but because, like, if you actually even listen to the trailer, like, it almost sounds like, even though he didn't do it, it sounds like Carpenter did the movie, because it's got like synthesizers, like in the trailer, like it's like a World War I movie, but there's synthesizers in the background, and it just has this like feel to it from that period that I really like. And so
that was a good one. I remember watching that one. I think I seen it in the theater, and I was interested because, you know, I read the autobiography of the what's his name? He ended up prime minister during Winston Churchill, and he was the brainchild of Gallipoli.
Okay.
So when that movie came out, it's like, oh, I got to go see that, because, you know, I read his book about his life and everything, and, you know, made, you know, talks about it, and and it was one of his major regrets that was gnawing on him when it come to what happened in World War II and D-Day. It was a long, because it was a failure in the end. You know, a lot of people, because it's like, instead of being really aggressive in that and getting off the beach and moving forward inland, they just sat there forever and then got pinned,
right, and
just got shelled the heck out of. But it's like being in the trenches, but, you know, they have the high ground.
yeah, exactly.
Which makes you wonder. It's like in Star Wars, I have the high ground. Were they thinking of Gallipoli?
So how about number 9, Rusty?
Number 9. All right, I gotta find it here. Where'd number 9 go? There we go. Kingdom of Heaven.
Okay, I don't know that one. It sounds familiar though.
Orlando Bloom.
Oh, okay.
He plays a young man who's a blacksmith in France, and during the Crusades, it came out in, I think, 2005, somewhere in there. So it's not a really old movie.
No,
but it takes care of
20 years. It depends on who's in the room. But yeah, for us, it's not.
Not that long ago.
For my kids, it's ancient.
So yeah, it's an interesting movie. It's a period piece of the Crusades. He's a young man that joins the Crusades. He's a Frenchman, and he goes, and it shows the whole thing of joining the Crusade, going through the Mediterranean, having a shipwreck, making it to the Holy Land, and then it just starts compounding, getting worse, and then all the political intrigue of all the different factions fighting it out for control of the Kingdom of Heaven. You know, basically, Jerusalem was the key, and then you have all the different Arab groups that coming in and trying to take back Jerusalem, and then they have it's a really good movie.
Does that actually show a lot of good battle scenes, or is it more like it does? Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check that out. I actually probably should watch a Crusades movie, because it's not a period that I'm as familiar with. Does it have like the Templars in it and stuff? Is it like bringing that? Yeah, so it has that.
Definitely has
cool.
It has the Templars in it, and it gives you good ideas, like the mindset of the Templars is like kill them all.
You know, I'm a gamer that is a gamer first, and like by way of, I've always liked history from like afar. Like I've like always been interested in history, but I would say that I've learned more about history through getting into gaming and then taking an interest. You know, in most of the periods that I, you know, but then there's a couple that I liked even prior to gaming, like French Indian War. But cool. Well,
let's just say if you're into Saga, which you are, you have the Crusade.
Yes, expand
part of it.
I don't have it, no, but
that would is if you got it and watched the Kingdom of Heaven movie, it would make you go, I really want to go play.
Yes, that's going to make you
that
want to
aspect of Saga,
right? Yeah, no, that would be cool. Absolutely. So this is the last on my list where I don't have a box to show you, and it's partly because I've only seen it once or twice, but I just was really impressed with it. I really enjoy submarine movies, and this isn't Hunt for Red October, which I really liked. But I was also really taken with Das Boot when I saw it. And so it's also, by the way, from 1981. And so that's partly because why I like it, because I just automatically have to like, when I watch it, I just automatically like stuff from that time period usually. I won't go into it any further, but I like submarine movies. I also like prison movies, and it's kind of very similar. It's a claustrophobic kind of component. Like submarine warfare is very different, and it's a totally different thing, but actually not totally different in some ways.
Yeah, you have shows them all excited. Hey, we're going on our cruise. You know, we're going to do our tour. They're all clean shaven, and they're all nice and clean and healthy looking. And as you watch the movie slowly progress, it's slowly getting more sunken, more furry, greasy, grimy. And it just, the epitome, it was like when they got on where the heck was it? They met up with this like a supply ship or something.
Yep.
And they got on board, and they're having, hey, tell us all about all your victories. You know, the German officers on the ship are all nice, clean, and they're like, they look like you said, prisoners of war practically. It's like they've done the long march from Bataan. You know, it's like Portugal. There you go. Thanks.
Yeah.
And I knew it was off the coast somewhere in there. And it's like, man, they just look terrible.
Yeah. And this is one of these movies that I only saw streaming in the last 10 years. And I immediately liked it. And both Gallipoli and Das Boot are both on my Amazon list to pick up. Like they're both going to become part of the collection. Okay. I've only watched them once or twice each. And so I'm not really experts on them for that reason, you know, but I just remember really liking them. So they were my 9 and 10. And so you did your 9. So what about your 8?
Number 8. Okay, let me see. Where's number 8 here on the list? Found number.
When we get to 5,
okay, here we go.
When we get to 5, we'll go through the comments, and we'll go through just like what some of the other folks are talking about with their lists in the comments.
Colonel Crux. I have to go deep in the jungle of Cambodia. Hey,
Apocalypse Now?
Yes,
Apocalypse now. Yeah. You know, I thought about that one because that's a great one. Yeah. I didn't put it on my list, but that's a really good one.
Charlie, don't surf.
The horror. And also, like, what's his name is like one of the best actors of all time, in my opinion, but I can't remember his name. But the guy who plays the horror, you know,
Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando. I mean, like, you know, it had Marlon Brando in it, which is amazing, right?
And Sheen, he's like, he shows him, you know, kind of, once again, you got somebody that is looking nice, spry, healthy, and as you slowly go through the whole movie, it's like Das Boot, where at the beginning they're all nice, clean shaven and full of energy, and by the time they get to it, the horror of war is just sunk into them, and then it's like, oh, hey, Jesse's in the house.
Yeah, just mention.
But yeah, it's you have the insanity of warfare just kind of rubbing off, and you just see it, and he did a heck of a job. I remember watching it in the theater, and it's like the first time, I'm like, wow.
You know,
watching.
you know what I like from what I remember of watching it is like another movie I'm going to talk about tonight. If I remember correct, it's a movie that also kind of explores like more than just like the battle, like and like the warfare at that time, but it's like got a lot of the, like in this case, you know, it's the psychological, right?
Yes,
Like, you
very
know,
psychological
and so it's like a good film, like, you know what I mean? It's like not just like, it can be a war movie can be a good film, like for that reason, like, but this is like in a lot of ways it just has other things to offer in it, you know what I mean? Like, it was just very cool in my opinion. Yeah, no, that's good. So we're at 8, right? You just did 8.
Yep, just did 8.
Can I see it?
Fury, yes.
Fury. Yeah, so I like a number of World War II movies, but I kind of picked this one out because sometimes I like the containedness of the story, if that makes sense. Like, I like the fact that it's not a really broad kind of campaign that they're talking about, like something like Patton, you know, which is an amazing movie, right? But I just I liked, you know, as somebody that was in a tank platoon yourself, you would have a lot more to say about it than me. But I think that what they tried to do to show how like a team works within a tank and like just how it works, and then just it reminds me of family. Yeah, and then it reminds me of like a skirmish World War II game. Like, it reminds me of like a game where you just have like a tank needing to go around a corner and there happens to be a problem there. You know what I mean? And like, it's just like a more of like a contained story, you know, and I like that. And I like, I mean, like, it has a great cast, you know, and the dude that's from Transformers, what's his name that's in it? LaBeouf? Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah.
Is that his name? There's, for anybody that doesn't know this, he actually pulled one of his teeth out. And like, he got so, this was at a time when he was falling a bit away from acting, like he wasn't getting many roles, and he psyched himself up so much for this movie that he became like the inspiration for everybody on the group. And he was so into it that he was literally like cutting up his face and pulled it. He went crazy, he like pulled a tooth out when they were like getting all showing themselves beat up and like they were like getting in character. He went to like the extreme, like for this film, and it's pretty. Yeah, it was done very well, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a good example of the replacement situation where you have a close-knit family of individuals that think as a unit, know each other. They almost know what the other one's going to do without even asking. And then suddenly one of the crew members is dead because he got his head taken off. Mm-hmm. And then you got the replacement shows up and has no clue what the heck is going on. And it's like, why do we have this guy here?
So that was number 8. What's your number 7?
Number 7. I just had it here a second ago. Where did I do with it? Well, Braveheart. That's
a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
For Braveheart, you know, another Mel Gibson movie. Mm-hmm. I remember watching this one in the theater. This was 95, I think this came out. At the same time, it had, what's his name? It always did the other, they had 2 Scottish movies come out at the same time.
Oh, okay. I think I know you're talking about it. Was it the guy that was also in Gangs of New York? And
he just had his movie. This came out in August. Was
Rob Roy Gun. Is what Chris is saying.
Rob Roy. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Rob Roy. So that was another one I remember watching, and it's like Braveheart. It was a grand spectacle of that era when you had, you know, this sword and board type of warfare.
Right.
And I just love the one thing. It was like when the king of England goes, "Oh, fire! Have the archers fire. So they'll hit our men. We'll hit them too." It's like, Liam Neeson. There you go.
You
And
know, yeah.
it just the coldness of it was like the cold cat was like, it's warfare. Some
You know,
people are dying.
it's funny. I looked at my list when you said that because I put it down too, but I made a mistake. I whipped this thing together today, and I used my iPhone in the notes section, and it put it as the title. So it actually put it above everything when the first thing I typed, and then I didn't number it. So it's actually on my list, but it's not included in the top 10 now. I actually so I don't know where I placed it. I didn't really place it in my top 10. It's just sitting there. What I was going to say about this is that I remember being in college in the 90s and watching Braveheart. And I just think that it came out before Lord of the Rings. And there hadn't been a movie with like a mass battle like that done that way, up until around that time. Like there really weren't many movies that were trying to achieve some of the scale that they achieved in that battle, like in some of the battle scenes. It was fairly epic as a movie, like even as a standalone, because it didn't have 3 movies like Lord of the Rings. And granted, I mean, it doesn't have the special effects like Lord of the Rings, showing like orcs, going out to the horizon. You know what I mean? Like in some of the stuff they show, but it was actually still like a fairly epic movie, I thought, for the time.
Oh yeah, it was very epic, and that was just to see large scale battle going on, and just hordes of guys smashing into each other and chopping each other in bits, and it was like, wow, this is damn cool. It's like
I think
just showing how bloody, brutal warfare was. It's just butchery, sheer butchery.
I think that it's a very good. I think it very much belongs in a top 10 list. It was a very good.
Now,
military
do a side bar with this one. Was that? Have you ever watched The Outlaw King with Chris Pine in it?
No, I haven't seen that one.
I think it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix movie.
I'm not sure that I've seen that one.
It takes place after the events of Braveheart.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce basically trying to actually get his kingship, because he was just in the Outlaw King. He's basically still fighting the battle to take the throne. So if you ever get a shot to watch that one, it just shows some more of the brutality and of not in the grand scale of Braveheart, but it does have some.
It's another good one.
So
all right, well, I'll do my 7, and you're not going to be surprised at this one, Rusty, but because we just talked about it, The Northman.
Oh yeah.
So this one actually has a lot of mysticism in it, and like I said in the beginning of this subject, it's actually based more on Hamlet than actual history, but based on it being a period piece and it's like steeped in Norse culture, I included it on this, and I really love this movie. So I just got this DVD, but I watched it twice before this streaming, and I've watched it a third time at home on disc. And each time I watched it, I liked it more. I am really into the Dark Ages at the moment, and so it's kind of coinciding with that. But it has an amazing cast, and I just felt that I was talking to Rusty about it, and I see a lot of parallels with the Northman in Conan the Barbarian, actually, like in some of the visuals of the story, like where they show him becoming an adult from a kid, is like losing family as a kid, and it's a revenge story like Conan the Barbarian. And if you go through it, like a lot of the imagery for me has a parallel. So for me, it's like an amazing modern remake of Conan the Barbarian, like even though it's actually based more on Hamlet. But it actually, the score and the music was just incredible. Like a lot of it I can hear after I'm watching the movie. I can actually still hear the music. Like it just was like so amazing. And it was the same for Conan the Barbarian with me. Like, it's like just such a great score. And I was pumped. Like I whenever I can watch a movie and each time I watch it, I like it more than the time I watched it before that, then I know I really like that movie.
It's on I'm going to be watching it tonight.
Oh, okay. So you haven't seen it yet?
I've seen it.
Oh, okay. You're going to watch it again.
I'm watching it again tonight. It's already queued up to watch. So So
I know
when
we
I
were
get
just
done
chatting.
with the show tonight, I'll make some popcorn and watch
We were
it.
just chatting about it. Yeah, so I'll have to
So-
hear what you think about it again after watching it again.
Yeah, it's a when you tell it, it's almost like a Shakespearean saga, Norse saga with Shakespearean aspects to it. When you think about it, yeah, it does bring that out.
Yeah, I'm going to probably end up doing a video on my thoughts on it and Conan the Barbarian in comparison on a Heresy Hump Day, because there's so much that has cool parallels. Like and in a lot of ways, like some people look at that negatively, like when you see something and there's parallels, but they did it so well that it was just amazing, and I like it even more when I see the parallels in some ways.
There's the other one I was thinking about. Probably watch Valhalla Rising.
Yeah, we were chatting. That's one I was telling you about.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one. That's one I'm thinking about watching too.
I might even be talking about that one later, possibly to some degree. So that's my 7.
Yeah.
And by the way, Jesse, it doesn't have to be a war movie, even though it's a wargaming channel. Like we were talking earlier, this can be just like period pieces that are just history. Doesn't even have to be war. We're kind of expanded that, but we talk a lot about war because this is wargaming and we like war movies, and so that's definitely part of it.
It has a tendency to skew our thought process when it comes to historicals.
So what's your number 6?
Well, this one takes place in 1944, September. Bridge Too Far.
Okay. Classic
Movie. It was kind of a toss up between The Longest Day and Bridge Too Far, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go with Bridge Too Far. It's one of those late 70s movies that actually has the actual equipment still being used, because it just I watched a video they were talking about where they got all the I think it was from Crete or something. It was actually part of someone's army that they was like, oh, we're just getting rid of it, so they grabbed it all up to be used in the movie.
Yep.
So it was all repurposed military stuff.
That does make it more authentic for sure.
Yeah. And I just liked it. It's like you have the movie is from many different aspects. And you had a lot of good actors in it too. And it's like this aspect of the battle, it's the same as like The Longest Day. It's like you're taking snapshots of everything that's happening from all sides. But the classic is when the German officer walks up with the flag and he's like, we asked for your surrender. It's like, sorry, we can't take you all. We can't accept your surrender. Like, what? That is classic.
Yeah, I have to rewatch that again. I can't remember the last time I've seen it. It's been a really long time.
Yeah, it's like the poor Red Devils. They just couldn't get one last bridge get to them and save the day. It's like when you have almost an entire division get slaughtered. That's kind of hard to take. But
oh yeah. So that was number 6.
Yep. Number 6.
All right, so this was where I'm going to break from the war part. This is a historical movie that I've watched for many years, and it's something that my wife and I like to watch too. And it actually has a lot of comedic aspects of it as well, but it's more of a history movie than a war movie. And it's Gosford's Park. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Oh gosh, it was from the 80s, wasn't it?
Gosford's Park. Actually, I think it's a 90s film. It could even be as late as 2000s. It says 2002. 2002. Okay. And so there's a great cast in it. It's a murder mystery, but it takes place in like a manor in England. And basically, it's just got a really good cast. It's like very witty. It's very funny in a lot of ways. If you like I do, like historical buildings, and like you like to go to, like I don't travel to England and go to historical manors and see places like that, but I went to places in North America and seen, lots of older buildings, whether it be the Vanderbilts, in the Biltmore Estates in North Carolina, or whether it being seen historic villages and stuff. But I just loved it. And it has the whole upstairs, downstairs. If you like Downtown Abbey, and I've never watched Downtown Abbey, but I'm assuming if you like Downtown Abbey or any of that kind of stuff, that you'd like
or
this.
Downton Abbey. I think so.
Is that what it's called? I thought it was Downtown, but is it Downton? I don't know. I've never watched
Downton,
it.
I think it is. How
incredibly popular, I think. But
I've seen some of the episodes, and then they had recently just had the movie come out. So.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, this is a murder mystery, but it's actually it's really quite good if you like that stuff. I guess it was an Academy Award winner. I didn't know that, but it says it like right along the top here. But I wasn't aware of that. But I absolutely loved this movie, and so it made my list as number 6, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And so so we'll do number 5, and then we'll go to the comments before we go down to number 1.
Okay.
So what's your number 5?
Last of the Mohicans. That was it's like, I remember watching that in the theater, and there's so much, how much I enjoyed it. You know, it's like, I got it on VHS right there.
Oh, okay.
That's
Daniel Day-Lewis, who's amazing.
Yes. Did a heck of a job in that movie.
Yes.
Magua.
Yes. One of his best roles, including Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just like the scenery and like even all the extras that they brought that were like indigenous, like First Nations folks that they brought in, like it was just such a great production, right? It was just amazing.
And it's harkens back to, I was growing up as a kid. I watched, a lot of movies of the period, and they had a whole bunch of, the stuff I can't remember, but as a kid, every, you'd have the Saturday movies and stuff, or Sunday movies on TV, and you get to watch them, and just harken back and to have something of that period, which was the French and Indian War.
Yeah,
and everything that they had to go through to fight on the frontier.
Yes, there's interesting components with where they had the settlers and the way there was friction between England even at that point with the colonists, and like there was just like a lot of friction between like the French, the English, and like the settlers, and then also the First Nations. And it was like the way they portrayed that in the movie was very cool. Also, it's funny, in the comments, we're starting to see like some of the same movies mentioned, some of them not, but like I've noticed that A Bridge Too Far and Last of the Mohicans like were mentioned in the comments. And so like it'll be interesting as we go through the doubles that you and I have, as well as the doubles that we have like in the comments, because there's a lot of historical movies out there. And if like people are mentioning the same ones out of like all the movies that are out there, it means something,
Yeah, they definitely there's a lot of overlap. What is a good movie is a good movie, and what makes you keep coming back and watching it on a regular basis. And Last of the Mohicans is one of those movies that every once in a while I will sit down and just watch it again.
Yeah,
just for the sake of watching it, because it's a good acting. It really makes me want, just like when you're talking about playing of that period piece, and I'd like the period, and also I'm big into American Revolution, and it's like one of the shows I really enjoyed watching was that show Turn.
Oh yeah, I remember
which
that.
is part of the Revolution, and there's something about it. It's like that whole. If you ever get a shot, what the heck was what was that name of that show? What was that? Somebody.
Talk out loud. What was it about? They might put it in
the comments. It took place during the around the War of 1812. It was on the frontier, about trapping. Jason Momoa was in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about now. I know exactly what the movie you're talking about. I can't remember the name either, but I know Jason Momoa is in it. Yes, I know exactly which show you're
Yeah,
talking
he did a
about.
good job in that, and
Yeah.
the one actress that was in it too, she was also uh, uh, she plays a cop in one of the it takes place in the 70s.
Oh,
It's
okay.
on AMC.
Hmm.
It's what the heck is the name of that show? It's native, takes place about Native American
Okay.
on reservation. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's pretty cool. But
Awesome.
well,
Well,
that's my number 5.
I'll do my number 5, and it's another non-war movie. Now, I said I like prison movies, and in retrospect, I could have very well, instead of this one, put in Shawshank Redemption because I love that movie. Like, it was a great movie. It is a period piece. It would work for this topic,
Yeah.
but actually, the one that I've watched like throughout my life, that's the classic movie that I would watch for like prison movies and stuff, is Escape from Alcatraz with
Oh
Clint
yeah,
Eastwood.
that's a good one.
Yeah, and so I love this movie. Um, I watched this since I was a kid, like on television primarily. Like I got the DVD eventually, but it's one of Clint Eastwood's movies, like outside of his cowboy movies, that I really liked, and it's based on, it's like it is based on a true story, like it's based on the guys who allegedly escaped alive, that they'd never heard from again, and down to the rubber raft that they made, and everything, like it was all done like in the movie, right? But yeah, I thought it was done really well. I believe this one was shot on location at Alcatraz because it was done. This was a 1979 movie, and so it's actually within that period I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's actually the beginning of it. It's actually not quite 1980 is where it really picks up for me, but it's like 78, 79 had some really good movies that I like too. And so, yeah, this was a good one for me. And so that's my number 5. Before we go down from 4 to number 1, let's go to the comments here, see what other people's lists are. I think that Walkabout Games Chris did his list first, and he said it's in order off the top of his head. So in order, I'm thinking he means that it starts with number 1 is what I'm thinking. Maybe you can correct that. But it starts with A Bridge Too Far. Actually, I'm going to put it up on the screen. It's A Bridge Too Far, Zulu, which actually, that was an amazing movie.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
Zulu could have easily made my list. I love that movie. Yeah. Man Who Would Be King. I'm not sure if I saw that one. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure if I saw that one. Wind and the Lion. I've not seen that one.
That one I'm kind of drawing a blank on.
Okay, so I've seen Patton, which I love.
Yeah.
I've seen Saving Private Ryan, and that was amazing. 55 Days in Peking, I don't think I've seen. And I've not seen The Pacific. So those are some ones that I'll have to check out.
The Wind in the Line, it's like drawing a blank on that one.
Yeah. So
maybe I've seen it. I just can't remember it.
Simon put in his numbers. And maybe I'll just go real quick down to see if Chris wrote which order they're in. He said lots of Sean Connery in my list. Well, we'll see. Okay, so Battle of Britain, number 1. I haven't seen that one, but I actually own it because I'm not going to tell you why, because I don't want to insult it. I found it in a bin, like when I was like going, like, because it's an older movie. I found it in a bin as I was going through, and I picked it up and I put it in my historical stuff. I just haven't watched it yet. So I'm glad to hear it's a number 1. It sounds like it's a really good movie.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Zulu, definitely. Oh wow, there's a lot of there's some repetition here. The Man Who Would Be King. So 2 people said that was within their top 3. Cromwell, don't know I've seen that. 300 Spartans, not 300. Very specific.
Old 300 Spartan.
Bridge Too Far. So that comes up again. Alexander the Great, Waterloo, El Cid, and Dam Busters. Oh, there's a number there that I haven't seen, so I'll have to check those out. And then I'm not sure if Jesse put his in too. He put Bridge Too Far,
Gettysburg, Gods
Gettysburg,
and Generals.
Gods and Generals, The Eagle, and Channing Tatum. Okay.
Tatum. Yeah,
Tatum.
the Eagle with Channing Tatum was that's a good one. That's a Romanesque era one.
Hmm.
It's like
I should
Gettysburg
actually
and God and Generals. That's
check
two
that
good
out.
ones. It's like I remember when I watched Gettysburg in the theater for the first time, they had to have an intermission in it to be able to.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's funny. Simon put in there Master Commander, and I really like that movie too. That was a great film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. That director did something else. The director for Master Commander also did Gallipoli, I believe. Let me just check that. I believe he did because I was looking at Gallipoli's information, and I was looking at the director, and I think they listed Master and Commander as one of his films.
It could be the worst of two Weevils.
Peter Weir, that's him. He also did Gallipoli that we talked about earlier. Yeah, I just kind of noticed that when I was looking at it. And I like Master Commander quite a bit. And so, actually, also, Simon says that he kind of wanted to add Last of the Mohicans, but that's more of a period. It's more for the period than the movie. I actually like the movie, but I could see sometimes it is like getting absorbed into the production and the period and everything more than the story sometimes, depending on your taste. The Camelot, Jesse says the Camelot movie with Sean Connery was good.
Yeah.
He also, I'm skipping around here. I should be going in order. He says We're Soldiers with John Wayne is good. I don't know if it's really good.
It's a good movie. It's the classic John Wayne style movie.
Chris mentioned Liam Neeson, I think is who you were thinking of when you were thinking of name. Yeah,
Rob Roy.
Yeah. Liam Neeson, by the way, was a different character in Gangs of New York. He was in that. He got killed by Daniel Day-Lewis's character. He was the father figure. Yeah. So I'm just looking down here, but Chris says The Wind and the Lions.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I remember. All right. Yeah. Now you brought. See, yep.
Okay. So it's an American epic historical adventure film. 1975. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we're at number 4, and I think it's your turn, Rusty.
Yeah. Number 4 is Master and Commander.
That's funny. I like that director. You know what? You know why?
You did a good job. I really liked it. The one I still like. It could be the worst of two Weevils. It's like, oh, the worst of it is that you're always eating food. Oh, what good we got here? Well, it's just a little extra protein in your food.
No, it's a good one.
Yeah, the two of them. Well, what's his name? He's the one actor that he was in the Marvel movies. He was Vision.
Oh, he was in that, huh? I don't even remember.
He was. He was the. Was he the scientist?
Oh, okay. It's been a while. I own that movie, but it's been a while since I've seen it. Jesse says Paul Bettany.
Okay.
That's the actor.
The doctor. There you go. The doc.
Okay.
Yeah, he was. They did two good actors, and they kind of just meshed together. I really liked it, and it's another period piece. I think it was it the War 1812 era, that period right in there.
I just remember him. He was just displaying like excellence and like admiralship, right? Like just kind of like, in being a ship captain, and getting like I just remember it for that reason. It's been a while since I've watched it, but I remember really liking it. I do own that one. I have seen it several times. It's just been a while. It's good though. All right, so that's number 4. Well, here's another non-war movie. just a history period piece that I really like. It is an Oscar winner. That doesn't mean anything, but it also this one actually comes out in 1981, just like one or two other ones that I've mentioned today, and that does mean something. Clearly, as I've been saying.
Chariots of Fire?
Chariots of Fire. Yeah, won an
like,
Oscar for that.
That was a good one.
Yeah, and you know, like, this style of movie may not be for everyone, but I loved it. Like, I actually loved it. I love the whole, like, you know, it's more an athletics movie, and it's about the Olympics, but it's about, like, two driven men from two different places, you know, that, and yeah, it's just a great film. And yeah, and so it made it for number 4 for me.
I'd say that was a good choice. It was let's see, where was Chariots of Fire? It's on my list here somewhere.
86.
18. It's on there. It's in the top 20.
Oh, there you go. Not a war movie, so you were also thinking in the same way. So, all right, well, we're now in the top 3 before we go to our next topic. So, number 3, Rusty.
Number 3 is Platoon.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good classic war coming to adulthood style. It was like someone growing beyond. It was like learning, and then you had the interaction amongst the platoon. You had the hard ass versus the hey.
Yeah.
Just because we're at war doesn't mean we have to be just so driven. Mm-hmm. And the clash between it and having someone going out of their way to take someone out, and then getting the revenge in the end, you know, against them.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I think so it came out in the 80s, right?
86, I think it was.
Yeah, and I think given the proximity, at that time, it didn't seem like Vietnam was close, you know, but now it's not actually that far from Vietnam, like, you know, in the grand scheme of things. Like, at that time, as a kid in the 80s, to me, like, Vietnam was far away. Like, my dad served in Vietnam. It was, like, far away, you know, like, in time, but it was actually not that far away, as compared to now. And I think that in some ways, it's showing how, like, there was an aspect where nobody were good guys, like, in this scenario, like, you know what I mean? Like, there were aspects where it was, like, people in, like, very difficult situations, like, you know, people doing bad things, like, that you wouldn't expect necessarily, like, you know what I mean, like, or whatever. Like, it was just, there was, like, a lot of, you know, it was a bit of a ball of wax that it showed in that film, you know what I mean, in some ways.
Yeah, because you had some good movies. You had Full Metal Jacket, you had Platoon,
Mm-hmm.
The Deer Hunter, Apocalypse Now.
Yeah,
you had a lot of movies you had individuals that the war was. Some of these movies was 5 years prior to.
Yeah,
and you still had war in Vietnam going on until the late, you know, in Cambodia and all that stuff going on.
Yeah.
So it was still fresh in everybody's mind.
I think it was fresh compared to today. Like,
yeah.
as a kid, like, as I was a kid in the 80s, it was, like, far away in 86. But I agree that, and I think that it actually, in the grand scheme of things, was very fresh, and culturally, and actually, you mentioned The Deer Hunter. In some ways, I wish that was on my list. Like, that was an amazing movie, and yeah, I could easily put that in my list high up, actually. Yeah, no, it's a good one, good pick. And it was also, that was like a really big role for Charlie Sheen, I think. Platoon.
Yeah, that was basically what kicked him out, and really got him on the board as an actor.
And then Willem Dafoe was amazing in that film.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He did a heck of a job in that movie.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, my number 3. Well,
There you go.
there we go. Enough said. My number
Excellent,
three,
excellent choice.
and you know, I just I love it. It's a great movie. And you know, like I don't necessarily totally disagree with Simon in his point in that a lot of the emotional aspect. I like the historic reproduction. I do like Daniel Day-Lewis in this movie, but I love the production of this, and I love the score and the feeling I get from this movie and the settings and things. But like, I like movies for a lot of different reasons, and like if I was to do like all movies, you know, like what you know, like not just historical and like going that purpose. Like sometimes I would struggle to put this up against some movies just based on the film alone, like you know, like the script and everything. But I still really like the movie, and when it comes to historical period pieces for that period, I rank it pretty high for me. And also I'm a big fan of Daniel Day-Lewis as an actor.
Yeah, because
so,
when he did Abraham Lincoln, that was another good one.
I've never seen that one.
He did a really good job in that one. And that was it's on my list, but it's not in the top 10.
Yeah.
For act, you know, because to me, it probably maybe didn't have enough action in it to make it into my top 10, but it was he did a heck of a job of acting in it and giving you an idea of, you know, the last bit of Lincoln's life and some of the struggles he had. And
I should watch that one because I haven't seen all of his films. I've seen most of them from, you know, ever since like The Boxer, like, you know, earlier on, but I should watch that one for sure.
Another good one to go check out is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer. Or Vampire Hunter.
For a little bit of a lighter, if not lighter.
Yeah.
Lighter in some ways, heavier in others.
That gets into the it's like historical adjacent.
Yeah, exactly. Very adjacent. All right. Well, now we're in the top two. What's your number two, Rusty?
Well, it's not a war movie. It's very musical.
Okay. Musical. Detroit Rock City?
Huh?
Detroit Rock City?
No.
Oh.
Amadeus.
Oh, wow. That's a great one. Robert Downey Jr., right?
No.
Isn't Robert Downey Jr. the main character? Maybe I'm wrong. Who's the main character in that? I've seen it.
It's been
a while.
Somebody type in here real quick. He was, what was he in? Animal House, I think.
Yeah, I don't know who the main character was. He reminds me of Robert Downey Jr. with the wig on. Maybe he's actually Robert Downey Jr. would be too young at that time for that.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. would have been. He's my age, so he would have been. When that movie
his name is Tom Hulce.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. It's funny. He reminds me of him in a lot of ways when he has his wig on for some reason, but they don't look that much alike now.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was interesting. You had a protagonist in it and trying to destroy him and everything. And it's like, and the music is like, you may find this interesting. I'm a heavy metal guy, but I do like classical music.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so I always say Bach, Beethoven, and the Scorpions, you know, that's the way you go.
Rock Me Amadeus.
There we go. Like that song.
Yeah.
But it was something about the movie. It's like, I watch it every once in a while. It just draws me in. There's something about it. It's a period piece, and it's kind of a snapshot into the court that you had in Austria. And oh yeah, Solari. Yes, he was good. He did a heck of a job. And in the end, when he goes in there, I'm just going to destroy him. And he finds and he's actually working with him. And it's like, this man is brilliant. And he's dying.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
we can't have him die.
Right. Well, it was the classical genius versus like career, like expert. Right.
One was a plugger. Solari was a plugger. He just he created music, but he worked so hard to make it.
Career expert versus like, it was sort of
genius.
It was sort of like the Good Will Hunting with the professor versus like Matt Damon. Like it was sort of like that same. I can never be that guy, He
was Jason Bourne versus.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to think of Matt Damon without thinking about Bourne.
I just watched all the Bourne movies.
Oh, there you go. They were great. They were awesome. Yeah.
My wife and I were just like, "What are we watching tonight? What do you think? Like another Bourne movie?" Like, yes,
well,
so yeah. If you never seen Amadeus, watch Amadeus.
I've absolutely seen it. I've seen it in the 80s, but to be honest, you kind of reminded me of it. I'd like to go and rewatch it again because I really liked it. I hadn't seen it so long.
So I was right. He was in Animal House. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Well,
that's another good. That's a classic 70s piece, Animal House.
Well, my number 2 is I talked about Daniel Day-Lewis being a favorite. There Will Be Blood is one of my favorite films overall in some ways. It is a slow movie, and some people don't like that. Like it's like a bit of a slow build up, a slow movie. But I just love this film. And yeah, like I love the creation of this character, like kind of very confusing, but Daniel Day-Lewis's character, I mean, he's incredibly competitive and incredibly, he's got a huge chip on his shoulder from the perspective of needing to prove himself and put everybody else down. But I love the oil tycoon era. And, I've read a lot of biographies during the time of the, even though I wouldn't put him as like an industry tycoon of the level of Rockefeller, like his character is somebody that ends up getting bought out by Standard Oil, which Rockefeller owned. That was his company. I love that sort of time period of industrial change and like just the competition and things. And this movie was done masterfully, in my opinion.
When was that movie?
When was it? This movie was not in 1981. I can tell you that. It was 2007 is what it looks like. So it's a little less than 20 years old.
There Will Be Blood.
Yeah. You've not seen it?
No, I have not.
It's really good.
I haven't heard of it.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, it's an amazing film.
Who's the actor in it?
Daniel Day-Lewis from Last of the Mohicans. Okay. Yeah, he's the main character.
I'm going to write this one down.
Yeah, so honestly, of all of the films that Daniel Day-Lewis has done, this is my favorite, my personal favorite, over like ones like Last of the Mohicans, Gangs of New York, things like that. Just personal favorite. But just make sure that you're not tired when you watch it, because it is actually long. It's not one of those movies that you have to kind of have a bit of energy to watch it. For some folks, I don't know, it's a bit slower, but it has but it's great. No, it's really good. I can't recommend it enough, personally, but I do know there are some people that don't like it. That's because it's just, there are some folks, it's not like a car chase movie, like you know what I mean.
There's not a lot of fast moving action.
No, it's not an action movie. Yeah, it's different, and it's psychological in a lot of ways is what I would describe it. But the use of the cinematography and the sound effects and like the plot and the story and everything was just, I loved it. So yeah, so that's my number 2, and now we're down to number 1. You can never take it back, no matter how many shows we do in the future. This is your number 1. Just kidding. So, Rusty,
okay,
what's your number 1?
The Wall. Oh, there. No. No. I did mention it's like that was on my list was The Wall because it's sort of historical, but it's not really a historical movie. But
You talking about Pink Floyd?
no.
Oh, okay. What are you talking about?
Matt Damon movie,
The Wall?
The Wall.
I never heard of it.
Oh yeah, it takes place on the Great Wall of China. Why they built the Great Wall of China?
Wait a second. Is it a modern movie though?
Yes.
Is it I have heard of it. I've not seen it. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, it's like another good Martian you mentioned.
That's another historical movie.
Yeah, but no, it's not The Wall. But yeah, it is. It's if you haven't seen, it's kind of interesting.
A good movie.
But
okay,
my number one is Saving Private Ryan.
Ah, okay. Yes, that was mentioned by someone else. That was a great one.
Yes, and dragons.
So favorite historical movie ever?
It's like Saving Private Ryan. It's like we went and watched it in the theater because we're when I watched it, we were doing AT annual training in the military.
Yeah.
And this would have been what year did that come out? Was that 98? I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was 98. And so we were saying, hey, we got a Friday night or Saturday night before we go out, head back, let's go into town and go watch the movie. So all of us as a group, the whole platoon, basically the whole troop went in and watched the movie. And we did have some Vietnam vets in the group, and we were watching it, and they had to walk out because of the initial scene where they're hitting the beach.
Yeah.
It shook them up so bad that it's like they started having flashbacks, of actual combat.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was that there were some inconsistencies and stuff in the movie, which is fine. You can sort of get over it, but for a piece that was just hitting the beach, showing the horrors of the beach, too many movies don't show that.
Yeah.
How bad it really was.
Right.
For
they try to lighten it for people.
Yeah, it's like the longest day seeing them hit the beach there versus Saving Private Ryan, night and day.
Mm-hmm.
But
that was a good one. I own that one, and that was a great movie. And I also really liked Band of Brothers, even though it's not a movie. Like I really enjoyed
the series. Yeah, Band of Brothers is really good, along with Pacific.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I should because my grandfather was in the Pacific, but not on the Western Front. So I should watch Pacific. But
another one I want to watch is the third installment of from the same guys is the about the air war.
Okay.
The Bloody 100, I think it is, or something. It takes. So the air war over Germany. So I can't remember exactly but it's on Apple TV for some reason. I don't have Apple TV, so someday, whenever I see it on Blu-ray or something, I might pick it up. Masters of the Air, there it is. So I'd like to watch that. My son has watched it because his girlfriend has Apple TV, but they watched it.
How was Dunkirk? I'd never seen that.
It's good.
Yeah, because that sounds like that. I seem to remember that getting a lot of praise.
Yeah, Dunkirk is number 11 on my list.
Oh, is that right? So I should probably check that out because I've never seen it.
Now, one thing to know when you watch Dunkirk, it's 3 parts.
Mm-hmm.
There's the long part, is that and when I'm talking about parts, it's time period. Mm-hmm. Is you have the one where the guy's on the ground is like takes place in a large period of time as if they're marching, getting to the beach, getting on the beach, trying to get off the beach. And then you have another part is like when they're on the ship they finally get on the ship and they're going across the channel. There's that period, which is a shorter period of time. And then you have the shortest period of time was the air aspect of it. We're talking, less than an hour. It's like days, hours, then minutes.
Yeah.
So,
which that's kind of in a lot of ways what war is like, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of interesting. So,
what's his name? That's he played in latest Mad Max movies. What was the name of that actor? I keep forgetting his name. He's a heck of an actor.
I'm not sure.
He also did show Taboo.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the third Batman movie, Spitfire. That was good.
Anyways, I'm kind of like you. I can name something sometimes that everybody's been in, but I can't sometimes remember.
I can remember in all the parts and movies they were in, but I can never remember their freaking name.
Right. Well, somebody will say it in the comments.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll do my. We're at number one, right?
One?
I've got one honorable mention that I brought the video with me, but my number one shouldn't really be a surprise either on the Musty channel or even my own channel because I've talked about it so many times.
Tom Hardy. There we go.
Oh, it's Tom Hardy. Okay, yeah. So it's the original Papillon.
Oh yeah, that's a real good movie.
So 1973 is the year I was born. Is the year this movie came out. And I've watched it my entire life. I've watched the remake that came out recently. I've read the book that it was based on. And it is actually based. So although it's set in the French Guiana and it's in the prison colonies back then, which we know is a real part of history. Even though a lot of historians feel that most likely when the author talked about things happening to him, that it was a combination of things that happened to different prisoners, that it was likely not all happened to him is what most historians think. It is actually based on a biography of what happened to a real individual. But it's just the combination of the prison component in French Guiana and then the adventure of escape and being in the jungles and in South America. It was just like I've been captivated my whole life by this film. And so for me, it was hard not to make this number one, and probably in 10 to 20 years, this will still be my number one. I can almost say that. Chris thinks that I was a prisoner in a past life. Sometimes I think, unfortunately, I was. I don't know. It's quite possible.
I remember that movie, the commercials for it on TV for it.
Yeah.
Never seen it in the theater, but when it got released and it was on TV. I remember as a teenager watching it on TV. Maybe I wasn't a teenager, maybe 11 or 12 somewhere.
Yeah.
And watching it on TV, and I was like, man, it was like, wow, this is bad. It's like these horrible conditions they lived in. And I was like, I don't want to go to prison. That's bad.
But then there was contrast in the movie though too, when he met the native population and when he actually did the tattoo for the chief, that looked just like his, because he had basically a butterfly on his chest, and then the native chief wanted him to do that tattoo for him. And it was there was beautiful aspects to the movie that I would say, there was a big contrast in it. And then there's the relationship between Steve McQueen characters and Dustin Hoffman's character Dega. That was an interesting aspect to the movie. I found I love Dustin Hoffman in this movie. The funny thing is that I don't know if anybody in the comments have seen the remake of this movie, but one of my favorite recent actors of the last 10 years was Rami Malek, and he played Dustin Hoffman's character Dega in the sequel. And the thing is that I was so disappointed. I actually didn't really like the sequel that much. And that happens a lot, I know.
The anticipation of wanting it to be the same, but it can never.
I can't think of a better person that they could have tried to choose for it. I do think they made a really good choice in Rami Malek, but in a lot, maybe I need to just rewatch it a couple more times. But when I watched it, I actually didn't really like Rami Malek's performance compared to other movies that I have of his that I really like. And
you've never seen The Pacific, have you?
Mm-mm.
He's in The Pacific.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
In the show.
Yes.
Okay, so I have to check it out. I love him as an actor. He's one of my favorites. But Buster's Malheart is probably my favorite movie of his, and it's the movie I discovered him in. And it might not be one of his the most well-known movies, but I actually own it. Like I saw it and I love it. And it's like a rewatcher. I rewatch it so many times. And I really like him. But in this movie, the sequel, I take Dustin Hoffman every single time.
Well, it's Dustin Hoffman is a really good actor.
yeah, no, and so is Rami Malek. Like I'm not saying that. Like I haven't seen the movie where he was a Bond villain. Apparently, he was like a Bond villain in a recent Bond movie.
He did a good job.
I actually think he was a great choice for a Bond villain. Like I think that's great. Like I actually think he has the chops to pull off whatever he wants. This movie in particular, I take Dustin Hoffman on it.
I forget the name of the show. He was in a series where he was a computer hacker. But it was a really good show. What channel was that on? I don't think it was AMC, but it was on that show. It was like 4 seasons of it, 3-4 seasons. Really good.
I think
yeah, Mr. Robot. There you go.
Isn't that called iRobot? Or is it Mr. Robot?
Mr. Robot.
Oh, Mr. Robot? Okay. Yeah. I've heard of that too. I heard that he had done that. I'd never seen it. Anyways, that to me, that was an easy pick. If I was to be doing we've done top 10 lists before of like movies of all time, which I think my list would be different even since we've done it then. But Papillion would be in the top 3. If I had to do all movies, Papillon, I have a couple of movies that rival Papillon. It might be number 2. It might not be number 1 if I did a top films for all time, but it might be. It depends on the day I make the list. In some ways.
Now we could always go down our list here and have some very good honorable mentions here.
Oh well, you do one honorable mention, and I'll do one. I don't have any others. I just have the one.
Oh, I got a bunch.
I figured. But we do have another topic too, so just run down them.
Okay. We have All Quiet on the Western Front. 2 different versions. Both versions are good. I like both versions. I
like the second. I haven't seen the first. I like the second. Well, I haven't seen
I mentioned 7. Outlaw King, 1917. There's a good one. Big Red 1.
Okay.
That was what, 70? I think 79 that one came out.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. The King. The 300, which is sort of a fantasy historical movie. Troy.
Yes, I saw that one. Brad Pitt, right?
Yep. Spartacus.
Okay, yes.
We've got Kirk Douglas. Very old.
Classic.
Very classic. That was a really good one. I sent you a link to War and Peace.
Yeah.
If you're really into reading dubbed, or not dubbed, but after Letterboxd, where you got to read the what's going on. There's 4 movies that were done by the Soviets back in the 60s. The War and Peace series. There's 4 of them.
Okay.
It's like if you're really into Napoleonics, watch those because it takes off. It's Tolstoy's story taken over.
Yeah.
We talked about Dunkirk, Full Metal Jacket, Hacksaw Ridge is a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Tombstone.
Yeah.
And then Greyhound. I don't know if you've seen Greyhound yet.
No.
It's obviously about a destroyer taking the trip across the Atlantic with the U-boats. Really good movie.
Okay. All right.
And then almost threw in Highlander, but that's.
Oh, I know. That's a close one.
That's more fantasy, but it's
the only one. Go ahead.
But it is got historical.
Yeah. Because he goes through history. I actually think that definitely would be history adjacent.
Yeah.
I only have one that I just was going to do as an honorable mention, and it's still in the shrink wrap because I've watched it twice streaming. But because I'm doing all the Dark Ages stuff, funny, I'm ripping the shrink wrap off now, even as I say that it's in it. But I got Valhalla Rising.
Yeah.
So this guy that's in this, you guys probably know the actor. It's Mads Mikkelsen, and he's basically was like, he's been in a lot of movies, but he was like a Bond villain in Casino Royale. the thing that, like, I watched this once or twice on streaming, and I was really taken with it because it's sort of like they describe it. One of these reviewers describes it as a psychedelic trip. It's a dark age film, but it's got a lot of mysticism and it's got a lot of stuff like that in it. And you know, it's not just history, but it's definitely like an action, like it's a different kind of film in its own right. But I loved it. And the thing that was really interesting to me is that it happened before the show Vikings. And in a lot of ways, I find that the show Vikings is a bit of a line in the sand for Viking in pop culture, because I find that once the show Vikings came out, which I loved, people got like really into Vikings even more so, like in pop culture after that. Like there were Viking movies before that, and it's not like I'm saying like Vikings did it all, but I really think it amped up like Vikings in pop culture, and like a lot of other Viking shows, a lot of other Viking films. This came out before it in 2007, I believe. And it was just really well done. It was really cool. I really liked it. And I liked his character in it. And he's kind of like a force of nature as a character, you know, and that's kind of like a little bit what it's about. Like, you know, it's interesting. And so I recommend this one if you're into the Dark Ages stuff. I'm going to be rewatching it as I paint more Dark Ages coming up.
It will be watched this week.
Oh, did you find it? Like it's a way to watch
it
streaming?
One of the streaming services.
Okay, well, I'm interested to see what you think of it.
No,
Chris
I got
says
2 Viking shows to watch. I'm big into watching Viking stuff.
Chris says he is amazing, and so is his brother Lars. Simon says Palmer was Birdman of Alcatraz's neighbor's cellmate. Did something shady during the Prohibition. I think I know you're talking about. You're talking about the old guy that it was like really nice and everything, but he basically was a murderer. And the one that
he had
no, Birdman
or something. And
wasn't Birdman in Shawshank Redemption? Wasn't the Birdman in Shawshank Redemption? There was the guy that was the painter in Alcatraz that loved to paint, and he cut his fingers off when they took away his painting privileges. That was the big thing, is that he like literally went into the shop and just like chopped his fingers right off as a kind of like response to taking away his ability to paint. But I thought the Birdman was the guy that had the little bird in his shirt in Shawshank Redemption. But maybe I'm wrong, because it's like I haven't watched these movies, and even though like Alcatraz I love, maybe I'm getting it mixed up, because there was a guy that had a bird that he fed in Shawshank Redemption. That's why I'm a little confused. But if you want to be more psychotic, that's your past life to decide. Okay. Are you having a musty drink there too, Simon? It sounds like you're kind of tripping a little bit with us tonight. Let's see. Let's see. He's good in the Pacific. He's talking about Rami Malek. Simon. Yeah. All right. Lars is Thrawn.
Well, yeah.
Need more battle tech.
That would be in the Star Wars. What's her name? Jesse, jump in here. What's her name?
Princess Leia?
No. They have a Ahsoka. There we go. The Star Wars series, Ahsoka.
Okay.
I think there's a new season coming out, isn't there, of Ahsoka?
I don't know.
I
haven't been watching. I don't watch much of the newer Star Wars stuff. I haven't.
Yeah, we got Disney, so we'd like to watch. He was the voice of Thrawn in the cartoons, now live action. Yeah.
Well, this might be a shorter topic, and I think we could probably get it done, even though we're getting close to finishing. But are you okay to just quickly do this one? Because I think it's actually a little,
we could.
A little easier. I mean, you and I was thinking the same thing as you, is that like we kind of thought about like just what are the latest games coming out that have recently come out or that are coming out, that, and you know, there's a lot of games that have come out in the last bit or that are coming out that I'm not really. They might be really good games, but I'm not getting into. Like I just don't have like space in my head for a game like that at this time. And one of them is like StarCraft is all over the place. So like if you like the video game StarCraft, they're coming out with a miniature game, and it's yeah, and they have 3 different factions from the video game, and I'm not going to get into it. I'm like I have friends that are interested in it, but I'm like not at all going to be pursuing it in the same way that I'm not pursuing Trench Crusade, which has a huge following. It's like the cat's pajamas of like, you know, 40K offshoot in my mind. Like I kind of think of it as 40K offshoot, you know, but it's
I always feel like Trench Crusade almost feels like the early days of 40K.
And it could very well be. And I know nothing about it, but it's like I'm purposely not walking that direction and not even really making a decision on it. And so like when we talk about like what are you interested in that new that's coming out, like for me, like I'm a little bit on a one-track mind in that like I'm really only interested right now, like at this moment in time in medieval Dark Ages stuff. Like it's just kind of where my head is at, and so I'm interested in doing the Pillage game that I just purchased. I'm interested in Baron's War 2nd edition once they actually update Conquest, which is the expansion they did for 1st edition for Dark Ages. I probably will still do some Baron's War at one point, that like after I've gotten my Dark Ages stuff underway and like heavily underway, but I don't think I'll probably, like I've looked into it, and the author and the people in the Facebook group for Conquest have said just use 1st edition Baron's War until they come out with the next standalone book. And as somebody that doesn't have the 1st edition, I'm not going to buy the 1st edition while there's a 2nd available that they're making the new book for. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a bit of a dilemma.
It's like I thought about getting into the 2nd edition. It's just picking up a rule book, you know. I have miniatures I could use for it, so it's not like getting hard into it. You know, I think the rule book's like $40, so
yeah,
it's not
and
really
it looks good.
Investment.
It looks good. I mean, because I'm looking into the Dark Ages stuff, I've kind of like looked at other things. On one of my videos today, Ralph Astley had commented about a game called Brethren, which I've heard other people talk about. It's another Dark Ages style game, skirmish game. And I don't know much about it at all. I know he's put it on his channel, and I know I was reading a review of Pillage and somebody mentioned Brethren in that. And so I might look into that.
I haven't heard that one at all.
It's a small distribution. Well, my understanding is it's not like heavily been promoted. It's like out there, but it's not, you know, like all over the place. But I've heard people say good things about it, so I might, because I'm painting up all the miniatures, I don't mind picking up an extra rule set to look at, you know, like you just said.
No, it's like I have a large collection of rule books. I have a tendency to buy a rule book and then like check it out, see if there's a way to apply whatever else I have to it. And Mel and I have talked about it, and he thought about getting into it because he has miniatures he could use, and like and just it's an easy pickup to get into.
And this is Baron's War, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And so I don't know, like I don't know if there's anything new coming out that you were eyeing.
Well, there's some of the stuff that's already been out. It's like the Blood and Bayonets would be interesting,
Sure.
but that would be having to get into the miniatures.
Yeah.
Because I have the Blood and Plunder stuff, and then it's just a progression of getting into Napoleonics would be the Blood and Bayonets.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something I thought about, but it's like you don't have anybody to play with it, and they're not really heavy into playing it, then it might be just something you get the rule book just to, okay.
Yeah.
Check it out. It's like being a rule book collector. Today, there was released word that Firestorm Armada, that's the old Spartan Games, I have the miniatures for it. It might be working on bringing it back.
Wow.
But hopefully they keep it more like the original, because I have the new dystopian wars. About the only
Yeah.
thing that the new dystopian wars has in common with the old one is the name.
Okay.
Other than that, nothing is in common.
It's totally different.
Yeah, I hope they don't totally revamp it and then it's like, okay, like, then I have no interest in getting into it. But the Burrows and Badgers second edition is out, so
Yes.
I don't
You have
have
the first edition, right?
I got the rule book for the first edition, but I
Yeah.
don't have any miniatures, so
Okay.
it might be one of those things I might pick up the rule book just to see if there's anything new.
Sure.
But it's this system that's really interesting me,
Yeah.
and
It is
does
cool.
it's a kind of a cheap entry into it.
Yeah.
Because it's
Not that many miniatures.
It's not like a massive army. It's a
For me, where I struggle with it is I have the first edition too, and I have miniatures, but I hadn't really gotten any games in, and so I kind of look at it like, I don't know. I mean, like, people buy rule books just because they like to read the rule books too, But I'm thinking, like, if I haven't gotten a game in now, at this point, like, am I going to get a game in? And that's kind of what I have to ask myself when I buy it. Like, like for this particular one, that's why I kind of thought I might not get it. But I don't know.
Yeah. Bolt Action third edition. Got the rule book. Got some books. I got the miniatures, and I have yet to play it. So technically, it's really haven't played it. So it's something new I want to get into. So,
yeah.
Legion Imperialis,
Mm-hmm.
which is adjacent to running around because you can use the miniatures. Do you have?
Yeah, Adeptus Titanicus. Yeah.
So they're kind of like overlap there. So that's another system, but it's similar to playing Epic, but in a different way. So
sure, slightly different twist.
It's the Horus Heresy, and if I did the army I would play would be the Mechanicus. So.
Mm-hmm. For sure, yeah. Oh, those are a lot of different thoughts on it. You have more thoughts than I did on it. I mean, like, the only other thing I was thinking of is that I'd really like to play. Silver Bayonet.
Yeah.
That I've done video on that and stuff, and I have miniatures for it, and I have the rule book. I'm just waiting on a friend that kind of got me into it to actually paint his stuff up, and then once he paints his stuff up, I'm actually you're a much more productive painter than me, but I'm a much more productive painter than he is, and so I'm waiting for him to finish something with it, and when he does it and I see that he's like potentially ready to do a game, then I'm actually going to paint up a troop. And until then, I'm just going to work on stuff that I know I'm using for gaming until then. But I'd like to play that. I think it'd be a nice dip into like horror Napoleonics. Like, it's a period that I don't do. They just came out with a book from England too, like a new, like what they do is they release, they have like the core rule book that you can use, but then they actually have released like Italy, they've released like England recently. They did like an Egypt one. And so like you can play in different places.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool, and it's a good concept. I like it. It's like these supernatural.
It takes place in Napoleonics. It's an interesting era. I used to be big into 15 mil Napoleonics. So.
Mm-hmm. And it's not typical Napoleonics. You don't use units of guys. It's skirmish.
Yeah, it's a skirmish game.
You use specialists. They're all like specialists that are like, they're monster hunters basically. Yeah. They're basically going after the supernatural.
Abraham Lincoln would fit right in.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. It looks fun, And I have like some terrain that I could use like an old medieval church, in that, like, that was basically still around, and I can also use it in my Dark Ages, right? And so like I can use some of the terrain. Some things I can cross over, not a whole lot, but some trees, of course.
I got some thoughts from people up there in the comments.
Yeah, let's go up here. Let's see. I'm not sure what this is in reference to. I think it's late 26, maybe 27. Is that for
Ahsoka?
Ahsoka. Okay. I see. So I think they're talking about here. I think Chris is talking about that game that I was saying was like 40K adjacent that it's really popular now.
Trench Crusade.
Trench Crusade, right? More time than 40K, which makes sense with who wrote the rules. Okay, so then less miniatures. It seemed like more miniatures than Wartime, but maybe with like other like bigger. I don't know. There was bigger stuff in Wartime too, but maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it because I hadn't really looked heavily into it. I need to carefully pick a set of Dark Age rules to use with my Arthurian and early Saxon forces. Well, there's a lot of different choices coming out. It seems like there's a fair bit. I wonder whether I've watched some bat reps and I've looked into Baron's War, and it seems like a fun choice. Like it seems like there's like a fair bit of tactical stuff you can do in the game that like with units and stuff and a little bit of tactical.
It's
to
not
satisfy
like
that.
It's a game that you can, hundreds and hundreds of dollars to play it. It's, you can get by with, really for about $100, $150, you can play the game and go pretty deep into it.
Well, I mean, to me, it's like, are you going big, like Hail Caesar level, or are you wanting something like Baron's War that, is something like a little bit more manageable, but it's not just a skirmish game, like.
You just build your retinue and there you go.
Yeah.
I collect rule books.
I had to cut back with shipping these days, for sure.
Yeah, it's like go bulk.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time perusing. If I see a old game system or something I had never got into, you can pick up their old rule books and give you some ideas. But really praying that Firestorm did not change scales so they can use the old ship. I can guarantee you, like they did with the Stoping Wars, is that eventually the old ships are no longer used and the rules are not the same. I used to play the heck out of Firestorm Armada, but I'm afraid they're going to just totally. The only thing that will be in common is their name.
Is it still Spartan Games?
No, Spartan Games is gone.
That's what I thought. So who bought it?
I'll tell you in a second.
Like who's actually looking at doing this? Because that might say something about what's happening. Chris says that it sounds like a revamp. Yeah. He says they hired guys that were GW to redo Armada.
Yeah, so it could be a total 100% 180 change, go the opposite direction.
Simon says, I don't mind if they change the rules, but I don't want to buy a whole set of more of Firestorm ships because they change scale. That's fair.
Yeah. And there's nothing to say you can't just continue to play Firestorm Armada, the old game. It's like it hasn't changed. It's still a good system. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Lust for Glory.
I'm looking at Lust for Glory for Simon Miller. Well, what is that one?
I haven't heard of that one.
Well, Horse and Musket era miniature war game that uses a grid-based system similar to the To the Strongest, which that actually looks really good. I've not played it, but I've always wanted to play To the Strongest. It's a fast play game that focuses on gunpowder and cavalry, with more emphasis on shooting than other games. The game's known for being easy for new players to pick up that are already familiar with To the Strongest. Well, that sounds good. So I'm assuming it might be smaller scale, like To the Strongest. I'm assuming.
War Cradle. There you go.
Oh yeah, here he goes. Based on To the Strongest. Here we go. I may approach one-page rules so I can use my 40K stuff in something other than 40K.
I find that one-page rules just doesn't have enough depth for me. Flavor. That's the problem. They're good for a snapshot style easy game system, but it's lacking the flavorish depth I would like with some game systems.
Yeah, I mean, I hear like even with our own group of people in the Musty Wargamers, I've heard on both sides. Like there are some folks that just really don't like it, and there's some folks that really do like it. It really just depends on how you like your games, I guess. I don't know that this is always the case, but a lot of times I find that miniatures agnostic games that just kind of allow everything can sometimes correlate that way. You know what I mean? Where it's just, but I don't know. Mordheim was written by the author of Trench Crusade. Okay.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Everyone goes to Google to look up Lust for Glory. Yeah, like.
Well, Google's a great place to look.
That's right. War Cradle. I play to the strongest, and for King and Parliament ECW rules, I really enjoy the rules and campaigns. Yeah, I've actually watched a lot of battle reports on To the Strongest. It's always looked a lot of fun.
Yeah, and the English Civil War is an era I never got into, but I just enamored with it because ever since I've been a young kid, reading the history about it and novels and stuff from that time period, it's like, oh, it's always been something I wanted to get into, but just have it. And the primary, I hear a cat.
Yeah, I heard it too. That's my cat. He's on the other side of the door. I might just let him in just so you won't have to listen to him. 1 second.
Right. Yes, I haven't got into it's like Cromwell. It wasn't my go-to. It wasn't one that just popped into my head.
He runs from the door the moment that, and now my dog's there too. They're like kids at the door. my dog and my cat. So
it wasn't a mooch though.
Yet Cromwell wasn't in your list of movies.
Yeah, it's one of those that I remember watching it, but it's not. I don't think I've watched the Cromwell movie in a long time. Can't remember the last time I seen it.
There's just so many good ones to choose from. My family's from Yorkshire, so ECW is a big thing in our family history.
Well, my family is from Germany, Denmark, and Norway. So Vikings it is.
You can see him. He's just like, I'm normally not allowed in here, so he's just like rolling on the carpet and like
oh, I'm marking my territory now.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't do that. He is a male cat. He better not. So, anyways, on that note, I guess we have gone through the topics. That was timed pretty well.
Yeah. And we could have gotten even longer talking about movies. It's both something we really enjoy.
Oh, absolutely, both of us and everybody in the comments. Obviously, really popular thing. They're very inspirational for wargaming. I think books and movies, it can be really inspirational.
It was like the movie I could have mentioned too is like the 13th Warrior.
Yes, yeah, and you talked about that.
That's more of a fantasy movie, but it could be it's a historical adjacent style.
Yes. And Chris says, Ian, I used to talk about it a lot, of course. And yep, Ian. I remember Ian. He was always originally met him on Curtis's show.
Need more to drink if we go longer. Well, I'm done. I finished my drink.
Yeah, I finished mine. I probably could have used more, but I did finish mine.
The old 16 ounces.
Large beer.
It comes in pints.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, that's something we just got a week ago, my son and I, because we love Grain Belt beer. It's something that's used to be brewed in Minnesota out of St. Paul. And now Miller brews it, but it used to come in 12-ounce cans and bottles. Now it comes in pints or 20 ounces.
Oh, right.
They brew it in 20 ounces now.
Chris is asking if I know Ian's last name. I it's one of those things where I know it because I'm actually Facebook friends with him, but offhand, I know him more as just Ian. I always would have to look up his name. Like, I don't follow anybody on Facebook, and so generally speaking, everybody I'm friends with, I don't see any of their stuff they post every day. Like even my mom, believe it or not, I only use it for hobbying Facebook. Like I actually don't use it as a social thing, except for like messaging here and there. But yeah, I'm guessing what he's going to say is that the name is his, is what he's going to say. So it would have to be long, which I do see that on my messenger quite a bit. And so Palmer's missing out on so many memes. It's probably because I'm a little ahead of you on the BattleTech toastings. So,
I find that the only thing good that I use Facebook is get onto the Musty Wargamers and post funny cartoon pictures and memes. I'm a meme stealer.
Yes, I actually I think I met you, Chris, on their podcast. What was it? It was back then. I'm trying to think of what it was called. It wasn't just called Paint and Chat, but that's what they did, the Paint and Chat, before a lot of people did it on YouTube. I don't remember the name of it. Oh, he says that he's fourth cousins. That's awesome.
I see a cattail moving around.
Tabletop Commanders. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's crying. Yeah, he's just messing around. I don't even know where he is now. Oh, he's...
So you can see his tail over by the white cabinet.
All right. Well, on that note,
we can
probably good to call it.
Yeah, let's see. The next time we have a show, Tim might be back.
Yeah,
maybe.
Hopefully.
I
think Dan said he's going to be trying to make the next one. I think so.
Yeah, he said it'd be about done with harvest.
Yeah.
I don't know about Tim coming back. I'm not sure exactly when he will be back, how long his hunting trip will go.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's traveling, because he traveled right by, he came through Iowa on his way over.
Right.
But, he didn't stop because they're motoring.
Yeah, and he was going with other people and stuff, so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming in, and thanks for all the comments. I find that it was great to hear everybody else's thoughts on these topics and give their information and stuff. And we'll see everybody on the next one. A couple weeks over on Rusty's channel, most likely. We'll announce it in the Facebook page. And thanks for everybody for stopping by.
All right, we'll see y'all later. Good night, everybody.
Take care, everybody.